I blow the whistle.
Mine was fine.
I blow the whistle. Do the Muscle Man dance. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Burn After watching. I'm gonna sit down.
Let's talk about this leftover pumpkin beer we got.
That's
It's
good
not
as
leftover.
It is.
There are three, not one, but three
There's
different
plenty.
Christmas songs that talk about pumpkin pie. So you can have pumpkin right into the Christmas season.
And then do they talk about pumpkino?
And it's not
That's
even
what this one is.
Thanksgiving,
A coffee
so-
pumpkin ale.
Yeah,
Here's
and
have a
it's-
nice coffee.
Yeah.
Elysium.
Toast.
And it's better than that other coffee pumpkin ale. We had those.
I feel like we're having a good beer
Perfect.
because we watched a great movie, right, guys?
That's
Oh, I
good.
forgot how good this
So
was.
good. That's really good. We also have this good bread, and we need this to console ourselves because we watched Cop Out.
Kevin Smith's seminal action classic.
By a seminal means covered in semen.
I mean, probably, right? Like,
It was definitely him just making an 80s buddy cop film. Like,
and
that's
somebody
what he
giving him
wanted.
way too much money to do it,
Mhm.
but also at the same time
Not enough money. So let's start out with the fact that the music is
I'm so
terrible.
glad. I'm so glad you.
It
so
starts with
glad
No
someone
Sleep
said
to
this.
Brooklyn. No Sleep
That's
to Brooklyn,
true.
okay?
Okay,
It's the one song
the
thing.
licensed music was fine.
Yeah.
The guy that listened to Axel F and then was like, yeah, this is how music is.
That's
and then
exactly what I said. I
tried
was
to
like-
ape it.
I was like, he's trying to make actual F, I think.
There's
really bad.
literally they're doing like a little theme where they had like in Axel F, but like at the end there's like a different note, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. There was a ton of synth, like all the synth. What really annoyed me was the scene where they kept leading up, like doing the intro to dueling banjos like 5 times in a row, and it drove me crazy. And I was just like, can you please play the song already, please? And then they only play the song for like 15 seconds, and then you're
But
done.
also,
And
there
it's
was no
like,
context for
No.
dueling banjos in this.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
There wasn't context for much of anything that this movie had to offer.
no, that's true. But yeah, the music was terrible. Like, it was the cheapest music ever. Like, all the free tracks you'd get off of like clip art. Like,
let's talk about the synopsis for this movie.
but can I just say,
You can,
I want to say
totally.
the first most unbelievable part of this movie:
Okay.
a black guy named Paul.
Paul. What about Paul Pierce of the Boston Celtics?
I don't think he played himself.
There you go, 2 black guys named Paul.
Supersonics? I don't know. I thought we were green. Sports ball.
Paul
This
Sports.
movie is about these 2 cops. They're kind of like oil and water, like every buddy cop movie.
Even
and-
though they've been together for how many years?
9.
Which they say like several. And so this movie just starts off with straight up Tracy Morgan giving exposition, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I don't want this. I don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you about our relationship, and you're like, I don't need
Like,
this.
this is something Bruce Willis should be doing
Yeah.
as the straight man.
But also, I feel like maybe this was a line like was written for Bruce Willis. He's like,
I'm not going to do this.
I'm not gonna do
I
this.
think-
Yeah, we
I'm
should
not-
also
I can't be
preface it.
I can only be upset for 15 minutes. You're like, okay.
We should also preface it with the fact that he like signed on to do the movie, but then pretty much didn't like the movie, and then just gave Kevin Smith a hard
And you
time
know
the
what?
entire time.
Where the audience is Bruce Willis.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew
Like,
it.
I would be mad at Bruce Willis, but I watched this movie.
Like, we get it, bro. We
Yeah.
got it.
But he did praise Tracy Morgan for like getting him through the film. He was like, if it wasn't for him, I never would have finished the film. So at least he's like the nice guy who's like, yeah, let's just get it done. I want to make some money, you know.
I mean, this Tracy Morgan gotta be chill as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I mean. He's probably a totally cool guy.
Also, he probably says the funniest fucking things.
Yeah.
'Cause he does that. That's like we think he's playing a character, but really
No,
that's
he's just
him
being,
in
and
real
that's why 30 Rock is so great, because it's just Tracy
like
Morgan
just
being
yeah.
Tracy Jordan being Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, like they didn't
being
even change his
Paul,
name that much.
whatever
He's
his
like,
last
Tracy
name was.
Jordan,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like you're gonna be Charles Jordan. He's like, I'm not gonna remember that. It's Paul Tracy.
Right.
I think they just ADR'd Paul in there. Like, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's literally a plot from 30 Rock where they have him, they have him chew on jelly beans because he can't remember the lines for a commercial, and then Jack dubs his voice over it.
I mean,
Because he used to do it to Ronald
because
Reagan.
there's no writing even needed. It just is.
By the way, we have an expert resident expert on 30 Rock right now. So
That's not the first 30 Rock reference that I'll make.
And that's an expert on the Debbie Does Dallas series, so we have 2 really good experts. I like that.
you know, I thought you were gonna say gay pornography, so that's nicer than I
This
thought you were
one's
gonna
straight this time.
Actually, I think
Daniel-
gay
it's
pornography is
much-
probably
What I meant to say was
better.
Daniel Does Dallas.
Danny does that.
Okay,
That was
so
fun.
obviously, we have Bruce Willis as Jimmy,
Mhm.
Tracy Morgan as Paul.
Jimbo.
We have some very stereotypical bad guys.
Mhm.
We also have
And some very stereotypical good guys.
we have with the other cops. Kevin,
Yes.
Kevin Pollak and Adam Brody. They're just
So
like,
this, can I just say, when I
why?
had looked it up before we watched the movie, and I'm like, oh my god, these two are partners in this. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, and that's pretty much how I felt about it.
When you said partners, I thought you meant they were together too, and I was
Yeah.
like,
That'd be even better, but you know.
yeah. Kevin top, Adam bottom. Is that what you're saying?
Michelle Trachtenberg, because
she was in
that
this
was like
movie
her
for
last movie,
minutes.
probably.
Before the drugs took her, like what?
They're like,
what?
I need you to be in this movie for 6 minutes.
And just a lot of
Rashida Jones?
Rashida Jones is in this.
Rashida Jones, also.
Chef's kiss, but also like
But no chemistry.
No.
None.
None.
Yeah.
Her and Tracy Morgan had no fucking like zero.
this must have been like another 30 Rock pickup maybe, because it was like, oh, I really
Like
her from 30
they had
Rock,
on screen kiss a couple times, and like it's like I don't feel this is real at all. Like,
too. Also, she's like 20 years younger than him or something. Like,
and way out of his league.
right? It's like the Adam Sandler Salma Hayek thing. It's fine. It works. It's
We,
so bad.
we
it's
did
good.
mention that when we were talking about it.
We did.
I
I mean, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me, and I'm sorry to say this, I guess, but do you think that a small part of Kevin Smith like wants to fuck his own daughter, and then like just other younger women in general?
probably. Also,
As an aging man.
Bruce Willis's character in this movie, like Tracy, Paul knows all these goddamn references, and what the fuck's Bruce Willis' character name? I already forgot. Jimmy's like he could just
Just think, man, he
name
looks
he
like
named
Archie.
every single character, like every single character. Like, oh, this one. Oh, it's like this Rain Man. It's like this movie. Oh, he's doing this movie. He's like,
Yeah.
and then of course they get to the one where it's his movie, and he's like, I don't know that one. It's
Yeah,
that
he
was-
was like, yippee-ki-yay!
Chuckle.
That was a knee slapper, guys.
Yeah.
Okay?
They were
That was
trying.
good.
He was trying something.
Yeah.
No, I think there's actually that's what you can do is you can mark the last time Bruce Willis cared even a little bit about the movie right there. Like, oh,
Although
great, I can say that. line.
that was a great scene because he did reference Beetlejuice. I was just like, what the fuck?
Then that was really the frame of the movie.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan was the only thing that was
Carries the
remotely
fucking
funny
movie,
about
yeah.
this fucking movie.
And not that he was even hilarious.
Well, I mean,
but
no,
he
it
just-
definitely was not.
It was a
hilarious.
battle of someone trying the least they could and someone just trying way too hard. And you're like, okay. And like it made the movie
Maybe
like
Tracy Morgan thought he was gonna be like an action star off this or something. I don't know.
So, basically, there's two terrible, stupid plot lines with each of them personally that are just any part of the movie that includes that is super boring. But basically, Michelle Trachtenberg is his like spoiled daughter who, the wife and the ex-husband keep making references to him being like a piece of shit father, but we don't actually know that, so we have to just assume they're terrible and he's right.
well, and Michelle Trachtenberg doesn't refer to it either.
No.
So you say like, oh, she's like, whatever,
Yeah.
Dad, you're gonna fail me again, like you did in
Yeah.
high school or something.
Right.
You know?
Well, and she even says to him, she's like, we can have a smaller wedding, but she clearly wants the bigger wedding because she's grown up with all this money from her stepdad, I guess.
$48,000.
Yeah.
But also like,
$48,000.
but also Bruce Willis's character's too proud.
No,
He's too
and
proud.
that's such a stupid part. It's like, then split
He's
it
a man.
50-50. Like, if you really feel like you need to pay for something. Like, that is ridiculous.
If rich ass guy wants to pay $50,000 for wedding,
right.
I salute you,
Yeah.
sir. Like, I'll
Make
drink
it
the
happen.
booze,
make it happen,
motherfucker.
bro.
And then Tracy Jordan's stupid personal plot line was that he thought his wife was cheating on him, which, listen, he's gone all the time, and she's super hot.
Hey,
so I don't
got Rashida
totally...
Jones and a teddy. I'm cool
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Also, just every scene that
Yeah.
involved the relationship was fucking.
Oh yeah,
bad.
no.
Like,
So,
it's
but
just like,
that
why
together
the
was
fuck am I
terrible.
looking
He
at
makes he says something about being orally fixated, and she's like, "That's too far.
Yeah.
You're married
Yeah.
to each other.
That's too
You
far.
should
Like,
want
right.
him to be orally fixated and to talk about it all the time."
They're in their
Like,
house.
You know what though?
They're in
This
their
is,
house.
this is one of the lines I think was scripted. Like Kevin Smith said this to his wife, and she replied that way, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But I mean, they're in their goddamn house. They're not like out,
Yeah.
like with friends or something.
oh, you sit in front of your colleagues.
Yeah.
It's like no,
No.
and-
It's not like anyone has ever had
Like
a partner before
at the most-
that didn't want to talk about sex.
At the most, she should have been like, shh, or something like that,
Yeah.
like waved him off. Not like that's too far, like too
That's
far.
gross. It's like, okay.
Now we're getting a divorce. That was
Yeah.
too far.
Oh, you guys, we forgot to mention Sean William Scott.
Yeah, he was. Connor walked in when that was him. He's a ninja. I'm like, oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Stifler.
Like doing parkour.
Yeah.
He's like, no
okay,
pussy, no dancing.
Okay.
We're like, what? How'd you know that?
And also, we never watched American Wedding unless Mom let you do that. Did she let you do that? Without me, I wouldn't even.
The
have
man is on fire with. We can't sing any more of that. We'll get sued by.
Also, American Wedding should be something we watch after watching it.
I would watch it. I saw that in the movie.
American
theater.
Pie Band Camp should be what we watch after watching.
I'm again all in.
All of them? Just all of them.
Push the money into the pile. Okay, so let's get back to the movie. So these guys are just like cops having fun, but they're like, I
They
guess.
also did the worst. Right?
But like everybody
Really
loves them. It
bad
seems
things.
like everyone likes them in the first
So,
scene at least.
Yeah.
Like
and
they seem to be everybody's giving high fives when they do that after
And-
that scene and.
I don't really know what they did wrong when they were chasing that one guy that they got both of their badges taken away. Like, it was very vague.
Because that guy
vague.
was shooting. He shot a dude. He shot a bunch of bullets in. Like you would get
Yeah,
suspended.
but
for
Uzi
that
just
bullshit. Yeah.
waving an Uzi
Yeah,
around.
and also he had like the extended clip on that shit because he fired a lot of bullets,
Yeah.
and I was like, Uzi's like not long
Probably
lasters.
Nobody has Uzis
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
No one fucking has Uzis.
Oh, there is a scene in the movie
Even 10 years
that
ago.
I liked where I'm just gonna call him Tracy. Tracy was telling Jimbo there.
Obviously.
Was telling him about how he thinks his wife's cheating on him, and there was like this whole dream sequence of her like flirting with the neighbor. But I did enjoy it because he went into this Tony Curtis impression when he was pretending to be the neighbor, and it was actually like really strong. I was like, oh, Tracy
got a
Morgan's
Tony
got
Curtis
range.
Yeah. And then he went back to this voice.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
exactly. But, I mean, that's just him. It's,
Good old Tracy's back.
yeah, parkour was a thing back in the day, you guys. Like all the parkour.
Back in the day, it still is.
Yeah.
According to my son.
Okay.
Like I want to be that guy. I'm like
So
he's like
This
robbing a
movie was
house.
leaning hard into like everybody has to have a quirk, which is a Kevin
Yeah.
Smith thing.
No,
But it was just getting like bad. Like it was just like why? Like they're just throwing tropes out of nowhere. Like I like Boots, the one the Kevin Pollak cop.
Yeah.
I like Boots.
I know Boots.
And I know Boots.
Yeah.
And he was like pulled his, and he's got boots on.
Everybody's got those cowboy boots.
Oh, okay.
When Adam Brody's character knew something too,
Like,
he was like,
Did
I
they
know
have the
this
best
thing.
relationship though?
Yeah, they were kind of.
They're gonna fuck.
Yeah, they
Let's
were
see
kind
the
of-
fuck because
yeah,
I'm
they
okay
were-
with it. Like
they were
also,
close,
like,
yeah.
They're
let's
partners.
do
I
it.
told you.
Yeah, like partners. Yeah.
So at one point they're scoping out this house that they know the guy's gonna hit next, and he parkours into the house and then takes a crap in the house, and then the poop jokes ensue because it's Kevin Smith. But he did make another random reference where he made like a Warriors poop reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
I
what?
was so that like threw me off. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like a Warriors reference?
Yeah, about pooping. So sure, Kevin Smith, sure. But we did see a little cameo from the woman who plays Alana's mom on Broad City, and she was basically
Yes.
just being herself, and I loved it. Like she took care of the situation.
But there are so many parts of
It
the
was
movie.
so dumb, but it was
See,
kind of funny.
There are so many parts of the movie that were that's what they were trying to do. They're trying to get you to laugh
Yeah.
at that one part, but none of those parts fit together. Like it was just
Yeah,
like
no, that's true.
It was like a bunch of vignettes
agree,
that he made into a fake Rush Hour movie, and I was just like, oh, okay.
And then Sean William
That's why it's
Scott.
called cop out. Like
Yeah.
he's copping out.
Sean William Scott is literally just like, I imagine what Sean William Scott is like in real life, just sitting there annoying you and copying you and saying dumb shit to you, like over and over and over again to try to get in your head because he's fucking.
Yeah, and
annoying.
also there's no way that Paul would be a cop on any force because he's always pulling
Yeah.
his gun out and
Yeah.
pointing at people.
No, and he has like
Right in
20
the faces.
badges. He's like, I'm always losing badges, but this guy was like, that'll come into play. Like, no, it never did. It never.
It
It was
never
not.
did.
Nothing
Actually,
was-
no, they pulled their badge up for something.
Well,
at one
they
point.
just had a badge.
Yeah.
And they were supposed
But theoretically, you could do that. Theoretically, but you'd have to keep writing memos and like getting in trouble for losing your badge.
Right.
So like, if he had 6 badges, he got in trouble a fucking
Yeah.
lot, and he had to write a lot
to.
of
Man,
memos.
it's
like,
Paul. I'm pretty sure that he could just get away with like.
like at some point,
Hey,
they'd
I
be
lost my badge
Like, at some
again.
point, they'd be like, you're suspended if you lost like your 3rd badge. I think.
Oh, man,
You know, like,
he was suspended.
yeah, not for that though.
Another cameo was Fred Armisen, just randomly, like the
Playing an Arab guy,
Arab,
Arabish
yeah,
person.
lawyer guy. Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the main villain of this movie, guys.
Oh.
Po' Boy.
Po'
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, yeah, Po' Boy.
You know what he liked to do? He was a drug dealer that also collected memorabilia, sports memorabilia.
Yeah,
Well, he tortured you
baseball.
by hitting baseballs at your body.
Because it was baseball. And what did he want to do when he got all his money and he became really rich?
See, I thought it was gonna farm.
By a farm team.
Yeah,
He
Like a
literally said
AAA
farm
baseball team.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow,
wow,
it's gonna have a goal.
he's got a thing.
Well, and the movie was literally like, I mean, later on you find out why he wants this car, but he's like, I need that car. Someone was selling me that car. It's like, you need.
He's like, and this is gonna make me rich. I'm like, a Mercedes? I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking
What?
about?
And it was like it wasn't like even like an S class. It was
Yeah.
just a regular Mercedes.
Just a fucking car.
It was like Kevin was like, who cares for the cars? Just find a Mercedes. It's got the thing on the front. And put it
No,
in.
but the whole point was that girl was in the trunk.
And then you're like,
though, right?
oh, it must be the girl. Maybe he's kidnapping the girl.
Oh, you
But
mean
no.
Bobo Penelope Cruz?
Yeah.
I think that's
Bobo
Penelope Cruz.
Selma Hayek.
I think that's
So it's like
Penelope
if those two
Cruz.
had a baby, and she was still
Maybe
hot,
Penelope
but like
Cruz's
not
sister?
quite.
Definitely not talented.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. His sister.
Yeah, sure. Oh, maybe it was the chick who was in the Adam Sandler movie.
She's definitely been in
Spanglish.
something. I've seen her in something. I
Guys,
don't know.
my favorite cameo, Adrian Martinez, who played Tino, the driver of Po' Boy that gets killed because he was on Stumptown, which is a great show.
There you go.
Stumptown.
Just got
That's
canceled
right, guys.
by Stumptown.
You know why I got canceled? Stumptown.
Actually, that's literally Stumptown was good.
So
Obviously,
I did.
that's why I got
Some
canceled.
of these scenes were like not
Yeah, Firefly.
totally
Sure.
terrible. So I did like the scene
cover
where
on
he's
Fox.
in the prison with the other guy, and he's like trying to get into his head to figure out what he does, and then the guy's like, "I knit sweaters." That was like I chuckled.
That
I was
guy
like,
did- that
"Oh,
did get
yeah, okay, he knits sweaters. I'm okay with that."
And I had a small smile. It's
Yeah.
like a,
And then we get to the end of the movie, like we get to the finale, like the climax, and actually that was like where they threw all the money in. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
In fact, I almost feel like
It was-
feel like that was the first scene written out of this whole movie, and then they like built the movie around it
And they
because
spent
that
all the
was
money on
not
it. They
a
spent like
terrible
80% of the money on that.
It
final
had
scene.
actually good music, action music. It was like it had some good writing. I was like, oh, I'm okay with this climax. Adam Brody runs across the road and slides across the car, and that's like the coolest thing Adam Brody's ever done in his entire life, like in his whole life. I'm sure
I kind of wonder how many takes that took.
Yeah.
You know.
a ton. I'm
It
sure.
didn't seem like it was that easy to do. Like, it kind of seemed like he might have taken like.
Oh, it might not have
60.
even been him. I mean, it could have been a stunt double.
No,
So.
if I was acting in the movie,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
I
have
would
to
have do
this
it. I
stuff.
would do
Wax
it. Yeah.
that car up
Show
and
me
let's
how
go.
to do this so I can do
Mhm.
it. But also, like, they got several people shot when they weren't being cops
Yeah.
because they were suspended, but they were doing cop stuff.
Yeah.
Which is completely illegal.
Well, no, the whole scene where the police get called and he doesn't give them information because he's like, no, I'm gonna go after this man. It's like, dude, you're a fucking cop. Tell the cops what the fuck is going on. Come on, this is ridiculous.
He also fired like 55 bullets into the house.
Yeah.
But just into the siding of the house. You're like, that
Yeah.
seems like a waste.
Someone gets killed with a cleat to the head. A
Yeah.
baseball cleat
Yeah.
that's there in the
It's
house,
like,
right?
Not really deadly.
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cleats, like, none of them are that sharp,
Like,
I
it's
hope.
not getting
Like,
through your skull.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
it.
I actually looked as was it a golf cleat or something maybe? Like was it because
It
golf
could've
cleats have the
been,
metal spikes.
But, like, I feel like they're not even that sharp. Like, they're made so they can stick into ground,
Well,
but
like,
yeah.
even a little bit of a...
Yeah.
Like
even if that broke your skull, it probably would just like it would fuck you up, but it probably would kill you.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Oh, he was dead. 100% dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Oh.
like just murder ball right away. Like
Can
not
we
even
also
like,
talk
oh,
about
just like,
the double
oh.
standard of he's like, my wife's cheating on me. She's cheating on me. But
then,
this
yeah.
woman is supposedly into him for like no reason whatsoever, and he's like kind of okay with it. He's like entertaining the
But she
idea.
wasn't though that into him. She just
Until
was
the
like
end.
saying, "I'm gonna go shower," and then he's
Until
like,
the end.
"Oh, you're gonna shower with me?" And
No,
then-
but at the end, remember,
Yeah.
she's like,
Oh,
she
you
gave him a
did- you
kiss
might have
and
missed the end.
stuff,
She
and
gave him a
she's
kiss,
like,
yeah.
I mean, we get to the end, and it was just like, who gives a shit
It was
anymore?
like, oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching
Yeah.
anymore.
So, but yeah, so we get to the end.
It was
She
like a Rush
kisses
Hour movie
them.
at the end. It
She
was.
kisses them both before she leaves. It's ridiculous. Then we get to the
Well-
wedding scene.
Well, let's
And-
get before that. I just
okay.
want to say it's like a Rush Hour movie because they do all the shit that is completely illegal, completely wrong, and they're like, "Well, you did a good job because
Yeah,
you
oh my God.
solved the crime, so you're back
Yeah.
on the
Well, yeah,
force."
they're also like, "Oh, those guys backed you up and said you were helping me, even though I suspended you." I'm like, that's still not a thing.
Yeah, you still can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you still can't do it.
Like, you can't recruit someone to help you
Yeah.
that is suspended.
Yeah.
She was in Nacho Libre.
She was.
Yes.
Nacho.
Yes.
She was
Thank
in
you.
Narcos.
Right.
And Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and Aliens.
I did have
guys.
seen that movie. In fact,
She's
I
been in a
own
lot
that
of
movie. We could
shitty
watch
movies.
that
I
one.
guess not
for-
the Libre's not shitty, but
I mean, it's low budget.
Libre. That's a great movie. What are you to talk about.
Brand for watching, not to leave.
Yeah.
That'll be my favorite
Yeah,
part to
so
watch
but
it,
then we
guaranteed.
get to the stupid fucking wedding scene with, rich ass Michelle Trachtenberg. Like, who gives a shit for any of
Okay,
this?
gotta end it with a happy thing.
That day, the ex-wife goes, can my new husband walk her down the aisle with you?
Yeah, no, give her away. Like, stand up and give her away. First of all, give her away, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's property, it's a
Even
dowry,
even
it's a
so,
dowry.
you like that day you're gonna ask your ex-husband who made her if this other guy can also walk down the aisle.
It's
Well,
because
first of
he's
all-
a bad person and we know it.
Yeah, and she did wait at the last moment, and they seem like they're supposed to just be asshole people, because, that's how Kevin Smith loves writing his characters, is just, like, one-dimensional. This is what this person is. But also, he paid for the wedding, so, like, the whole thing is
Did
just
he?
dumb.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
remember, because the card got shot.
It's not gonna be worth something.
Yeah.
That like an Andy Pacquiao with a bullet through it. I mean, jeez.
I mean, it's only
Think
one
about
guy,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Only
maybe.
one in the world.
Mm.
Bullet through his face.
Right
Right
through his
through his
head.
face,
It was.
yeah.
It was right through his head. Yeah, but you guys, guess what? He was gonna do it. He was gonna do it with the ex-husband to be good, but he didn't have to, because he has to.
Because Tracy Morgan stuck a gun,
a gun
in
in
his back.
this guy's
Yeah.
back at a wedding.
Again.
At a
Tracy
wedding.
Morgan and the gunplay was
Jason
fun.
Lee doesn't really react to it like he's got a gun in his back. He's like, I'll sit this one out.
Yeah.
Jason Lee is really cool. That's why, guys.
Mm.
Obviously.
And nobody else also sees his gun. Like, there's people sitting
Well,
beside
you didn't
Tracy
see the
Morgan.
scene where he offers him a chocolate covered pretzel after that.
Tracy. I just said Tracy Lee.
Tracy
Jason Lee named his child Inspector Pilot with a K.
Pilot with a K, yes.
Yeah.
Pilot.
The
Pilot.
K is silent, obviously.
Guys, so would you burn this movie? Would you watch it? What would you?
Is it better or worse than Yoga Hosers? That's really
Better
the
than
Kevin
Yoga
Smith.
Hosers. It's still better than Yoga Hosers.
I like Yoga Roses better.
What is wrong with you?
The same.
I thought you were my brother, but
Like
I
this
don't
movie
get
was just
I'm getting
like, and I didn't hate this movie. It was just boring.
It was pretty boring.
And I liked. And I didn't laugh at all, but I liked the music was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was trying real hard to make this like it's a homage. It's a homage.
It felt like
I even used
A
it.
homage?
Yeah, I even had a scene where I
Some
tell
homage.
yeah, I even
Yeah.
had a scene where that's going on. I'm like, look, it's what it is, and you're like, okay, man.
to me, it felt like he had watched
Slow down.
the Rush Hour movies and was like, I could do that. That's what it felt like.
I think it was
I
deeper
think
than that.
Brett
There was
Ratner
definitely
did
some
it.
Beverly
Yeah.
Hills Cop in there. There was some
Definitely,
lethal
but I
weapon
think
in
that was
there.
like a
It was like
child-
any one
I
of
think it
those.
was a childhood
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what I mean.
Yeah,
But I really-
Karate Cop was in there.
In the end, like the way the movie flowed, it really felt like a knockoff of a Brett Ratner Rush Hour. It
Yeah,
was
I mean,
like-
it's called Cop Out, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, bud.
Oh, he's
He
ready.
didn't like it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
So we're gonna. Is this burn? You burn this? You watching?
Yeah,
it?
burn. Let's
Burn
burn
it.
it. Let's burn it.
Burn it.
Let's burn it together.
I wish I had a lighter for this. Burn after watching, guys.
Cool,
Thanks
burn
for
it.
stopping by. Burn this movie.
We love you.
Didn't thank them.
Come back.